The house was quiet, the kind of quiet that only settles in after midnight, when the neighborhood has dimmed its lights and the world seems to hold its breath. Inside, the soft blue glow of the TV flickered across the living room walls, casting long, wavering shadows over the family photos on the mantel. Amelia's graduation, her parents' 20th anniversary, last summer at the lake, all suspended in glossy frames above the electric heater humming softly on the rug. Amelia sat curled into the corner of the sofa, knees drawn up, bare feet tucked beneath her. She wore her favorite white cotton t-shirt slightly oversized, the hem brushing mid-thigh, and her soft pink skirt, the kind with gentle pleats that swished when she walked. A knitted gray blanket was draped over her shoulders, but she still felt the winter chill seeping in from the bay windows. That was why the heater was on, just for an hour, she'd told herself. Just until the episode ends, but the episode ended. Then the next one started. Then the one after that. She scrolled TikTok between scenes, laughing at a dance trend, texting her friend Lila, can't sleep. This show is addicting. Weary face, and never once looked down at the heater beside her. Not when its indicator light blinked amber, then red, a quiet warning she'd learned to ignore. Not when the ceramic front grew too hot to touch, radiating a dry, intense warmth that made the air above it shimmer. She drifted off around 2:17 a.m., phone slipping from her fingers onto the cushion. The heater kept running. Morning arrived like a slow exhale, pale gold sunlight spilling through the curtains, birds chattering outside, the scent of brewing coffee drifting from the kitchen. Mom Aisha padded into the living room in her navy wrap dress and slippers, hair still loosely braided from sleep. She smiled at the peaceful sight, Amelia's phone charging on the coffee table, the blanket folded neatly over the arm of the sofa. Good girl, she thought. Then she saw it, the heater still on. Its surface was warm, too warm, when she touched the top with her fingertips. The carpet beneath its front leg bore a faint, darkened patch, like a sigh of smoke had kissed the fibers and left a whisper of damage behind. Aisha's stomach dropped. She pulled out her phone. Opened the Smart Energy app. Scrolled to last 12 hours. 14.8 kilowatt-hour, nearly triple the usual overnight draw. Her jaw tightened. She walked to Amelia's room and knocked once, firm, not loud. Can you come out for a minute? Amelia emerged minutes later, hair in a messy bun, same white tee and pink skirt, now layered with a faded denim jacket. She yawned, stretching. Morning. Coffee ready? Aisha stood by the kitchen island, arms crossed, gaze steady. Did you leave the space heater on all night? Amelia blinked. Glanced toward the living room. A pause. A shrug. Oops. Must have forgotten. Chill, Ma, it's fine. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Aisha's voice didn't rise, but it sharpened, like steel drawn slowly from a sheath. Amelia. That heater has a thermal cutoff. Yes, but those fail. Fires start with nothing happened, until they do. You know this. I showed you the news story last week, that apartment in Maple Ridge. Same heater. Same mistake. They lost everything. Amelia rolled her eyes, just a flicker, and tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. I said I forgot. It was an accident. No, Aisha said softly. An accident is slipping on ice. This was carelessness. And when carelessness could burn down our home or you, it's not just forgetfulness. It's disrespect for the rules. For safety. For me. Amelia opened her mouth to argue, then stopped. Something in her mother's eyes wasn't anger. It was fear. The kind that lingers after you've imagined your child trapped in smoke, calling for help. Aisha took a breath. Go to the living room. Stand by the sofa. We're not doing this in anger. We're doing it in truth. The living room felt different now, no longer cozy, but charged, like the air before a summer storm. Aisha sat on the edge of the sofa, back straight, hands resting on her knees. On the cushion beside her lay the paddle, smooth cherry wood, worn at the grip from years of use, not often, but meaningfully. It wasn't thick or brutal, just firm, purposeful. A tool of correction, not cruelty. Amelia stood facing her, arms limp at her sides. Her pink skirt swayed slightly as she shifted her weight. Hands on your knees, Aisha said, gentle but unyielding. Bend forward. Not too low, just enough to hold the position. Amelia obeyed. The denim jacket rode up slightly, the white tee stretched across her back. She placed her palms flat against her kneecaps, fingers splayed. Her breathing was shallow. Aisha stood. Stepped behind her. The first swat landed, firm, centered, deliberate. Not a slap, but a thwack that vibrated through fabric and muscle alike. Amelia gasped. Not from pain, not yet, but from the shock of consequence made real. This, Aisha said, voice low and steady, is for forgetting when you knew better. You saw the red light blink. You felt how hot it got. And you chose convenience over caution. Amelia flinched. A hot sting bloomed, deep and insistent. This is for the oops that could have left us homeless. That could have woken the neighbors to flames. That could have, God forbid, taken you from us in your sleep. Tears welled, blurring the rug's pattern. Amelia bit her lip. Swallowed hard. This is for the disrespect in your shrug. For treating my warnings like background noise. Her breath hitched. A tear escaped, tracing a warm line down her cheek. This is for the trust you broke, not because you messed up, but because you didn't care enough to try not to. 6 swats. That was all. Aisha set the paddle aside. Placed both hands on Amelia's shoulders, warm, grounding. Stay there. Breathe. Amelia did. The sting pulsed, rhythmic now, less sharp, more present, like a heartbeat reminding her, this mattered. You matter. After a full minute, Aisha guided her to sit beside her on the sofa. Amelia curled into herself, knees to chest, face hidden. Her pink skirt was rumpled, her white tee bore a faint crease across the back. No scolding. No lecture, just silence and the soft tick of the wall clock. Then, quietly, I'm so sorry, Mom. Her voice was thick, raw. I did see the light blink red. Twice. I thought, 5 more minutes. But then I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I knew, but I didn't want to admit it. Because admitting it meant I'd been stupid. And reckless. And selfish. She looked up, eyes glistening. You weren't mad about the bill, were you? Aisha shook her head. Reached out, brushed a tear from Amelia's cheek with her thumb. No, baby. I was terrified. Not at you, for you. That heater, it's not a villain. It's a tool. And tools demand respect. Just like this house. Just like you. Amelia nodded, swallowing hard. I'll unplug it every night. I'll check all the outlets. I'll even set a phone alarm. Heater OFF. Aisha smiled, small, but real. Good. But more than that. I need you to think. Not just do. Safety isn't a chore, it's love. Love for yourself. For us. Amelia leaned into her, resting her head on her mother's shoulder. The scent of lavender soap and coffee filled the space between them. I love you, Mom. I love you more, Aisha whispered. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. That evening, Amelia moved through the house like a woman reborn. She ran the dishwasher only when full. She unplugged the toaster, the coffee maker, the phone charger. She checked the front door lock twice, and when she reached the cabinet where the heater was stored, now cool, coiled cord neatly wrapped, she paused. She took out a small notepad from the kitchen drawer. Tore off a square. Wrote in bold, careful letters, off before bed. Always. She taped it to the heater's side right over the power switch, then she turned off the living room lamp. Walked to the hallway. Her mother stood by the stairs, holding 2 mugs of chamomile tea ready for bed. She asked. Amelia nodded. Took the mug. Their fingers brushed warm. Familiar. They sat together on the top step, sipping in silence, watching the streetlights blink on outside. No words were needed. The house was safe. The heater was off. And Amelia, in her white tee, her pink skirt now changed for soft pajama shorts, felt something shift inside her. Not shame, but weight. The good kind. The kind that comes with growing up. She leaned her head on her mom's shoulder again. Thanks, she murmured. Aisha kissed the top of her head. Anytime, baby. Anytime. Downstairs, the smart meter ticked quietly, steady, calm, normal. And somewhere, in the quiet hum of a safe, sleeping house, a lesson settled in, not with a bang, but with a breath. A lesson learned. A daughter held. A home protected.